All right, so this war bans are Ghost, Scorpion, and S99. All right, so Boss Island, Sasquatch Boss, you've got Cassie, and you've got Titania. Mangog, you've got Quicksilver, and Reed. Nova, you've got Magneto or Doom. Emma, you've got Civil Warrior, you've got Fanta, you've got OS. Kindred, you've got Shuri. You've also got Human Torch, Kingpin, but with Nova Flame. Kingpin, you've got Fanta, you've got Colossus, Danny, really anyone, so just send someone who's immune to the hazard shift, so Iceman or Rolk, and then Infamous Doom, Gallon, probably the easiest. Can also look into maybe someone like Medusa. 1 through 3 on the way out. Zemo, you can Hulkling or Valkyrie that into block. Path 1, Quicksilver, Fury or Mole Man, and then Fanta, Titania or S99, or sorry, Titania or Cassie. Path 2, Rintrah, Titania or Cassie, and then Weapon X, Titania or Cassie as well, or you can go with someone like Omega Sentinel and slap on a shock. And then path 3, Viv would be a very easy Corvus fight. And then Kate, you could use Corvus as well, or you could go with Iceman or Colossus. 4 through 6 on the way out, Korg, Fanta or Omega Sentinel. JJ on the way in, Valkyrie or Jabari Panther. Path 4, Jabari Panther, Mole Man, Shang-Chi. Path 5, Thing, Valkyrie. Or you could go with, really anyone, just count rock stacks. And then Sauron, that Fanta or OS. Path 6, whole thing can be taken with Fanta or OS as well. 7 through 9 on the way out, Gore. You've got Rintrah, Wiccan, Tigra, Doom on the way in, Magneto or Thing. Path 7, Jabari Panther, Apocalypse, Colossus, Iceman, and then Shuri, CGR or Hulkling. Path 7, Storm, OS, or Ultron. And then Spam, I would just send an actual spam counter and not worry about Rich Get Richer. So Fury or Mole Man, Shang-Chi. Path 9, Mysterio. Actually, the whole thing you can take with Omega Sentinel. You can probably go into Mysterio with Magneto as well. Just don't drop your special 3 while he's stunned. I would probably just spam special 1s there. 1 through 3, section 2, Hulkling on the way in. You can go with Rintrah, Wiccan, or Tigra. Maw, you've got Cassie, you've got Titania, Chavez. You can go with Cassie or Ant-Man. 1 through 3 on the way out. Absorbing Man, Quicksilver, Cassie, Ant-Man. Path 1, Scorp, you can go with Magneto, or you can go with Fury or Mole Man. Elsa, I would take a mutant just in case she's got suicides or recoils on. Slap on a wag, and then use Colossus, Iceman, Sunspot. Path 2, Overseer, really a nothing fight, so just be prepared for the auto block. Valkyrie, Herc, work. And then path 3, Nimrod, you've got Gallon, Hulkling, or Nebula. 4 through 6 on the way out, Mantis, you've got Shuri, you've got Ultron, you got Omega Sentinel, slap on a white Magneto pre-fight. Path 4, Terrax, Shang-Chi, or Absorbing Man. Path 5, Cersei, really any mystic that you can think of. Mojo, Chavez, Doom, and then Havoc, Ultron, Omega Sentinel. And then path 6, Kitty Pryde, Ultron, Omega Sentinel, Future Ant-Man. 7 through 9 on the way out, Fury, Iceman, Absorbing Man, Kitty Pryde. And then path 7, Atuma, Namor, maybe Iceman. It's going to be or Omega Red. And then OS, you can go with Nebula or Corvus. And then path 8, Gallon, Blade, Wiccan, Rintrah, Tigra. And then path 9, LDS, you can go with Nebula. And then for Null, you can go with the whole thing as Absorbing Man. And then for Null, you could take in someone like Rolk, or Iceman. So that does it for defense. Let's take a look at attack. All right, so War 8 is against Chaos. I think I said last war was War 8. That was War 7. Today I'm taking in Omega Sentinel, Valkyrie, and Quicksilver. I've got Path 2 in Section 1, Path 5 in Section 2, and then a mini-boss on Boss Island. So fun war here. Valkyrie's first war of the season, and another all-rank 5 team, really just swapping out Iceman for Valkyrie. Path 2 here, we're starting off on Overseer. Nothing really special here. I am going to invert combos so that we can get one Bulwark buff. That way we never have to worry about getting auto block stunned after Overseer throws a special attack. And then from there, we'll just go full into Pierce and just keep building that combo and throw the special 2 into block. So this should be a really, 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 really easy fight. The only way it goes south is if we let ourselves get hit, either dexing back and being intercepted or dexing in or getting step back intercepted. You know, all the crazy stuff the AI has been doing recently. So start here, get a full combo in. I'm going to stop short, and then I'm going to do the light ender combo, but not let him throw special 1 before doing that. And then I'm going to invert the combo, and then I'm going to drop the combo below 10, but we're just going to go ahead and wait this out so we don't get auto-blocked. Decide to do it through his block. The passive is gone. We've got the Bulwark, so now we're stun immune. So here it's just full punch Overseer in the face. Let him auto-block. It's not a big deal. We're not going to get stunned. Special 2 into his block. We don't have the 3rd Pierce buff yet, so there are no instant bleeds, and there they are now while we've got the Fury up. And just take advantage of openings, and it's just a very easy rinse and repeat fight. Got a few more hits in there before the Fury disappeared. Auto block, ready for it. Get him to back up. Finally does. Hit into his block and finish him. So really, really, really easy Valkyrie fight. Next up, we have Absorbing Man here with Drip Feed. Personal space regen, increased regen. So he's going to be really, really annoying if we don't have the right counter. And since Quicksilver has so many debuffs and I run Max Despair every war, his healing is not going to be an issue. So here, the Whiplash is going to reset Drip Feed. On top of that, any Wither trauma is also going to reset Drip Feed. So that'll keep the buffs off of us, since Quicksilver isn't truly buff immune. He just does not gain the dexterity buff. And you can see there the Drip Feed timer actually restarting. We found out that the working bug for why it isn't restarting with my previous war with, like the early war with Omega, or with OG Spidey, was that if you're inflicting those debuffs with stun active, it doesn't reset drip feed, which is not how that works. So, or how that should work. So we got our first special 2 in there. I actually did not mean to get to special 2. I was going to throw special 1, and I tried to get a single medium in before throwing the special 2 to get the special 1, and it ended up being special 2. So no big deal. You saw all the damage Whiplash did, and we had the trauma there. So it was only 9, maybe 10 Whiplash with trauma active. And we're doing a great job here retaliating the special attacks to deactivate forms. We really don't care too much about that, but it does help avoid any extra burst damage through block with the refinement. And down goes Absorbing Man, super easy. Next up, we got JJ here on Power Snack. We are going to take this with Valkyrie. It can be a pretty sketchy fight. We just have to pay attention to where Power Snack is with its current cooldown. Really, the goal here, at least in the beginning, was to get close to 10 on the combo meter, trigger dexterity and power snack if I have not. Once that's triggered, push ourselves over that 10 combo so that we can get our first pierce buff. And then we have a JJ that is not an issue at all outside of the power snack and the power stings. So her unstoppable will be irrelevant. We will ignore it, and we will just kind of punch her in the face or punch into her block. I did drop my combo once to get a bulwark buff here, and that's just to help increase the chance that these power stings disappear the instant they place, or some of these weaknesses when I throw special 2 attacks disappear as well. But what you can see here is that JJ was pretty aggressive. She took every opportunity she had to throw a special attack while I was against the wall immediately after taking 1 hit into her block or into her face after I dex back. So here, just chain throwing special attacks. I intercept off the wall because I really just don't have a choice there. We got to make room and immediately finish a combo. She throws a special attack. Luckily, she was decreasing the spacing here with the special ones, so it was making it easy to retaliate a couple of them. But we didn't risk it with that last one. Felt a little too close for comfort. And then there I was actually hoping to intercept her, but hitting into block is nice too. And then here comes a special 2. Nope. Into her block. Down she goes. Pretty easy. It was just getting cornered was kind of sketch. Next up, thing on ebb and flow intercept. So we really never have to remove the protection from this node. Obviously, it speeds up the fight. But it may even trigger thing's own protection. It's mainly a rule of thumb of mine that when I use Valkyrie against Thing anywhere, that I never get more than just my Pierce buffs, because the special 2 Fury will increase too much with all 6 buffs and do way too much damage and trigger Thing's protection. So here we're just sending our combo up. We get the special 2, whether it's through block or hitting him in the face, and then we throw the special 2 into his block and just take the damage that we're giving him. Never really forced an intercept here. Thing was actually super aggressive. There are going to be several times here where he throws his special attack immediately, where I try to dash back to get a special attack out, and instead of throwing it, he throws this downtown heavy, or even throws a few punches into the air, like he's trying to get me, but he knows he's out of range. Yeah, there's one after I get hit with one special 1, which I was surprised by, where Thing, I think, throws 4 attacks just into the air, and then at the end launches his heavy. And with every attack, he's nowhere near hitting me. I think it's right. Nope, it's not right here. But that's kind of the gist of it. Just a few more basic attacks outside of the heavy. Yeah. It's definitely an interesting AI. The AI has been interesting all around, but this was kind of this. There it is. I got hit. Didn't think I should have gotten hit there, but sure, whatever. Someone's running Resonate, because I ended up with a weakness that I did not shrug. So fantastic. He turtles here, good. We're just going to go ahead and hit into his block. There it is, whiff. Nope, it's after this. So I push him back here, whiff. Okay. Push him to special 1, whiff, whiff, whiff. Come on, here's special 1. Okay, heavy, hit. Throws the special 1. Where is it? Maybe it's right here. Whiff, whiff. Back up, please, whiff. Back up, please, whiff. Back up, please. No, okay. Heavy. Okay, Thing. I don't know what the AI is doing, but that seemed a little unnecessary. And nice and easy, down goes Thing. So that was the end of Valkyrie's war. I was happy. She just completely bodies her fights for this war, for her debut this season. Sauron, we go right into our Omega Sentinel fights. This one, I wouldn't say I was worried about it, but these Mighty Charge nodes with Ebb and Flow Intercept are kind of like a double whammy pain in the butt. So when the protection comes back from Ebb and Flow Intercept, and you'll see it here since I just intercepted, it counts as a shrug debuff. whether one's there or not, just like the ebb and flow knockdown. And then anytime he dashes in and triggers Mighty Charge, that also shrugs debuffs. And even though that's not there, it also triggers the global. So we've got two ways this Sauron can trigger prowess and start gaining power without me touching him. And it's not as bad as aggressive prowess, obviously, because that can just snowball. But this is kind of goes hand in hand. It means that we have to get this Sauron throwing special 1 attacks, and we can't really play around with him taking his time like he is here, trying to get it out, and he just decides to start dashing in instead of throwing the special attack, and then boom, we're at special 2, and then boom, we're at special 3. So luckily he played nice. He kind of turtles here. It's really annoying, but every time he kind of dashed in for Mighty Charge, I actually naturally intercepted him. It was not forced. I did not feel like I was forced in that. And then every special 1 we used as a very good opening, and Sauron was just ended up being cake. So wasn't too particularly worried about that fight, but definitely can see where it gets out of hand. Now, Korg here is kind of on the same combo, and Korg can be annoying with special attacks and turtling. And then on top of that, we have to worry about his rock stacks. So we have a White Magneto pre-fight here. It still works against Mighty Charge, regardless of whether it's a dash or a light attack. So we have that here so we can strip his rock shield without taking any thorns damage. And then from there, we're going to go into full combos. And at first, I was kind of feeling out the protection, seeing if I could just sit here and just repeat this strategy of rip the rock shield off, go into basic hits. And I'm not running max recoil, like max bleed or poison recoil, mainly because I had other fights around this Omega Sentinel, and the cost of switching is just annoying, plus the time. So I could have been doing more damage with just basic attacks. When I realize how slow this is going, we're at about a minute, probably 10 seconds. Yeah, 10 seconds left in the minute. I'm realizing that I'm going to have to start forcing an interceptor, working in intercepts, so that we can get this Korg down without timing out. So probably about here, I had already gone in with the idea that I'm not throwing special 1 or special 2. I wanted to go ahead and throw special 3 to rip off the rock stacks immediately. So they came back here, decided to throw the special 3, rips him off immediately. We already had a kind of a passive Korg. He wanted to sit and block in the corner. There are several times I hit into his shield to get him to just come out, which later on there's a forced intercept. So here's where I kind of ramp it up and go, we need to get the damage in now. But there are a couple times where I hit into his block while he has max crowd excitement charges or whatever that is. And we end up with an unstoppable when I'm blocking. There's a random heavy, just like Thing was doing. Oh, you're trying to bait out my special attack and you're far away. Here's a heavy, just to waste time. Very annoying. Very, very annoying. But yeah, he's going well so far. We're not quite at the halfway mark, but we are at a little less than 50% of his health. So it's going well. We got a forced intercept there. There's another random heavy when I'm trying to bait a special attack, decide to parry, and then strip off that prowess from Mighty Charge so we don't end up with too much power on Korg. We've got another special 3 lined up. I do decide to wait for this next rock stack. We're going to get this special 1 out. And again, combo, throw heavy. I don't know what the AI is doing, but it is definitely being a pain in the butt. Get this next special 1 out, since he gained so much power in that time. 2 hits, back up, dash in, do it again, because we didn't get it. There we go. Throw the special 3. Mess up the mini game on the special 3. Still take off a good chunk of damage. And then finish it out here with just a full combo or 2. And down goes Korg. So annoying placement, but not particularly difficult. All right, and then the last fight of the war is one I have not done, but I have heard works, and it was time to experience it on my own, especially with Scorpion S99 banned. So Quicksilver here with Mangog. I did decide to max out the Dexterity Mastery to help with the Wither potency. It is now 50% for Quicksilver for each Wither. So the start here, I actually didn't need these Mr. Fantastic pre-fights. I had a video example of how to maybe handle this, so shout out to Chugs. One of his takedowns this season I used as a reference or a blueprint to figure out what I should be doing here. And really the strategy is at the beginning to build a few Withers, 2 or 3. You don't have to try and get all 6. It's going to drive you crazy doing that. And then once you're there, push him over special 1 so that we can start to get him to go over special 1 and drop below special 1 with him throwing special 1s and pausing those Withers for a longer period of time. And just that back and forth is what's going to keep his power from going out of control and allow us time to get to terminal velocity and build these whiplashes so that we can finish him in 1 detonate. And then you'll notice another thing I got from Chug's fight was throwing a light somewhere in Mangog's special 1 right before the last hit so that we can trigger a Dex and get a Wither placed off of that special 1, and it'll be a full duration Wither with it being paused as well. So I meant to throw a special 1 before throwing that first special 2. Wasn't a big deal. This special 1 I decided to throw here while we weren't in terminal, or while we weren't in the double momentum bonus from the heavy. There, I don't know how I got hit from that special 1. It was really odd range to get hit with that hit and then not get hit with the last hit. So now here we're in a good spot. We're going to get into terminal velocity. We're getting very close to special 2. We've got a very nice chunk of whiplashes here. We are in a very good spot. It's been very easy to control Mangog's power and keep him from getting anywhere close to special 2. And then we just full combo, or I did medium into the special 2, doubled those whiplashes to 90, and that was actually just the damage from 70. So 70 was enough to KO him, so the other 20 don't show up as damage, and we solo the fight at 100%. So RBG tied theirs 3-3, so not a great war for our battle group, but we ended up winning this 16-10. So when we were taking our last few fights, the war was actually 11-10. They had 11, we had 10. And we needed to clutch out the last 5 fights, maybe 4, even 3, to win that war, and we won it in that moment, and they gave us 5 more deaths. So good war for us. So far we're on this win-loss routine, and hopefully that carries out to the end of the season. I would like to win, it would be 2 of the next 4 should put us in Masters. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and I will catch you guys at the next war.